Welcome back to NewsMakers. We are with Jamie Gough, Joe Kane and Tracey Chambers. Jobs for Kiwis. How proactive, how hands-on should we be to support job prospects for our country? Auckland needs a new locomotive fleet and a rail car fleet. I think they need about 1,200 rail cars. Anyway, a Bula report claims that 1,200 jobs would be created if the work was done in this country as opposed to in Asia or Europe. The Transport Minister has poo-pooed the idea, suggesting the contract should be awarded to the most competitive bidder, regardless of nationalistic ideals. Is this a short-sighted approach from Stephen Joyce? Jamie?
Oh, it's a wonderful fairy tale that it could be built here. I love the idea. Great, you know, Telstra call centres as well, keep them there. But at the end of the day, in the capitalist world that we live in, it's going to be the consumers. It's going to be you at home, Mike, me, making that call on who we go with and who we give our business to. So if Air New Zealand decided to build planes here, that would be fantastic, would create jobs, but would you be prepared to pay $700 for an airfare to Wellington? Because the bill has to be foot by someone, and consumers, unfortunately, are as concerned with the bottom line as corporations are.
But how hard can it be to build a rail car as opposed to a Boeing 747?
Look what's happening in, well, we used to be in Ashburton, but it is now in Selwyn, where we're building the buses. I've actually gone in and had a look. I'm going, surely to goodness, if this government's big not swan song, I didn't mean that, is about driving the economy and about jobs and what have you, to just dismiss this so quickly is quite unbelievable, because I thought that's what the inference is to try and keep New Zealanders in job. And I don't think that analysis has been done enough. I actually thought this was a really good move. And I'm a wee bit perturbed, as you know, we used to have a great car industry here. Have a look at our engineering. If we outsource everything on the other side of the world, eventually we're going to get caught. And we will be paying those.
Joe, I don't like it either, but sometimes it's going to be the commercial reality. But I do agree it needs to be looked into, and if there is a way that we can, well, goodness gracious, we need to.
Yeah.
Should the New Zealand job dimension play any part in this equation?
I think we're looking at it in too much isolation. I would far rather see our government look at ways to make it attractive commercially for that job to be done in New Zealand. So rather than say, do it in New Zealand, but yes, it's going to affect your prices, find ways of tax cuts, etc., etc. I'm from a small town of Waimate, and I'm very proud of where I'm from. And I know the work that goes into creating jobs. But there is that commercial reality for businesses, whether they're big or small. And I think I would rather see an environment where we make it easier for our businesses to employ local and to keep businesses here, rather than giving the businesses a hard time. You know, they've got shareholders that they have legal obligations to do. You know, so I think we've got to look at it more strategically. I think it feels very ad hoc. It feels very knee-jerk. It doesn't feel well thought out and big picture, which is what I want to see from a government.
But that's the role of a government as well. It's all about the carrots. Make it worthwhile, because we, you know, just create the will.
Well,
there is the will. We just need the way.
It kind of ticks a lot of boxes, doesn't it? But I think it needs to be looked at. I think it's better than building roads. I mean, I would fully be supporting that we should be on the rail. And we used to have a rail. I mean, look at where Naitahu and the big super centre sort of thing is. That used to be our railway workshops. It's kind of like we're going back to get where we were in the first place.
All right.
You know?
Very good.
Yes.
We'll wrap Joe up in a minute.
I've got time on my hands.
Oh, darling, job offers to Joe. Waimakere area is calling. 30 seconds apiece for your free shots from the week. Heroes and villains. Who deserves a plug or a poke? Jamie?
Oh dear, I don't like being negative. I don't like giving the brickbat. So can I give 2 bouquets?
Okay.
First one will be, because I'll get in trouble if I catch up with Mother Dearest and I don't give her a bouquet for Mother's Day on Sunday. So I'll have to take care of that one. And secondly, I actually just read in the paper about a 60-so-year-old Asian woman that just got her driver's licence after the 960th attempt.
Oh God, really
so if you don't succeed, try again.
Blimey.
So good on her.
Tracey.
She's from South Korea though, so you don't have to worry.
Both of mine today are actually going to be of a personal nature.
Yes.
Firstly, to my little son Arthur, who will be watching. Arthur has had his first week at school, and at the cake stall yesterday, he's the daughter of a son of a very right-wing person, but he had a $2 coin and 2 50-cent pieces, and he said, the cake stall people had enough money, Mum, so I gave my money to other kids who didn't have any. So I love you, son. Well done.
Beautiful. Joe, 30 seconds.
I've got some heroes.
Yes.
The heroes are to all of those volunteers, including the Rangiora Fire Brigade, that attended that horrific traffic accident on Wood End over the weekend. And there were some great stories that underpinned how people help and helped at that scene. The villains of the week are the ones that are sending me the reject slips as I try to apply for a new job. And heroes, mums, but you kids and you people out there, if big presents, you know, big boxes, flowers, chocolates, the lot. You know,
And job
go for it
offers.
for mothers.
Yes, all right. To the pick of the week. It's actually a mini-series of picks this week. I'm sure you've noticed on the Causeway in Sumner, you know, there are those placards saying, "Hi Jen, welcome home, blah, blah, blah."
Vote for Joe.
Well, this is a similar idea from Sydney, and this is on the northern motorway by the Kurungai National Park. This fella put up these placards. It starts off, "Jennifer, will you marry me?" And then it turns pear-shaped. "Just kidding. I'm breaking up with you. You have 6 days to move out." Apparently it's been the talk of Sydney, this little sequence. Have we got time for the Newsmakers poll? Last week's question, would you support an increase in the excise tax on alcohol to help reduce the abuse of alcohol? Bit of a polariser, 46% yes, 54% no. The prize winner, H. Rose. Thank you very much for your input on that, and thank you very much to our very fine, upstanding panel: Tracey Chambers, Joe Kane, Waimakariri calling, and Jamie, future City Councillor Gough.
Thank you, Mike.
Could be my
A
campaign
very
manager.
happy Mother's Day, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Good night.